Today we're getting spicy. I'm going to read the internet, all of my secrets. I present to you the diary. So 7 years ago, I created a video where I read you all my diary. It was actually really fun to do and it was really cute. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put it on the screen for you to go check that out before we dive deeper into Tiffy's diary. Now, 7 years ago, I was in my 20s. So in that previous video, I was reading more of like when I was like 9 and preteens. Now I decided to read some of my entries where I'm a bit older. So 7 years ago, my audience was a lot younger. We've all grown here together on the channel. And if you're new, hello. I thought it would be more interesting if I read some of my older entries where I am an adult. You'll get an inside peek as to what was going on in my life and in my mind right around when I started this YouTube channel, or my gaming channel came first. So let's read some secrets. So I actually stopped writing in this journal. The last time I wrote in it was in 2020. I was 31 years old when I did my last entry, but it doesn't mean I stopped writing. I actually took to a digital journal. I feel like just typing is just faster than actually writing it out. So, 7 laters from now, we'll be reading what I'm writing currently. Where to start? So around this time, I kind of slowed down writing. So this entry was after taking a 3-year hiatus from writing. I was 21 years old. This is in 2010. I'm a little nervous for this. So much has happened within the past 3 years. I transferred from PCC to Cal State Long Beach, met a new friend named Chewy. We carpooled to school and we both are majoring in illustration. I got into illustration program and I'm finishing my 2nd year at Long Beach. I can't believe it. I am finishing up my senior year in college. I still have 1 more year though, since I'm getting a certificate in biomedical rendering as well as a BFA in fine arts. I'm still working as a lifeguard, but at the City of Commerce. Lately, I haven't been working as much though because I got an internship at Cartoon Network. I'm working on the show Flapjack. I cannot believe it. I feel like I'm going to start my career job soon. It's kind of scary though. I feel like an adult and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just holding on tight and going with the flow. I still feel like a kid, but I will be turning 22 this month. Life has just flown by so far. My love life is also really great. I'm still together with Mario and it could never be better. His 25th birthday was last weekend. I surprised him by throwing him a dinner. 44 people showed up in total. It was great and he was really thankful. Can't wait to see what the future has in store for me. Till next time. This entry is just like setting the stage, catching you up on my life, what has actually been doing. This was prior to me starting my YouTube career. It was like right around the time where I was gonna start uploading my first videos. And reading back on this, it's so crazy because you can have like one direction that you think your life is gonna go. I really thought I was gonna get into animation and I was gonna get hired after Cartoon Network and work there and that was gonna be my career. Like I legit thought that's what I was doing, and then something completely different happened. I started a YouTube channel. And also that idea and that feeling of feeling like an adult but not knowing what you're doing, that kind of doesn't really go away. Or at least for me, it hasn't. Even as a parent, you kind of really do just have to hold on tight and go with the flow, as 22-year-old Tiffy would say. Let's read the next one. This is after I started my YouTube channel in 2011. I was 23. Yeah, I really was bad at keeping up with writing in my journal. Wow, it's been a long time. So, thing with Cartoon Network never happened. My internship ended, and that was that. But I had no idea what was in store for me. At the end of the internship, Mario was in the process of working for this company called Machinima. They are a media entertainment company on YouTube. Machinima Realm was about to launch and they needed more directors, so they asked me. It has almost been a year now since I started a YouTube channel and I am almost at 70,000 subscribers. It is a really fun opportunity and is so surreal. Also, I am a CSULB alumni. I graduated in June with a BFA in Fine Arts. It's all finally over. I still have been doing art related things, and I'm in the process of making merchandise for my fans. Things with Mario are great. Also, our 7-year anniversary is coming up soon. I hope he asks me soon. I'm getting a little impatient and just really want to start my life with him already. Till next time, Tiff, aka Aya's Cupquake. That feeling of graduating and completing school was just such a relief, especially because your whole life pretty much up until then was about going to school and learning. So it was definitely a relief to finish school. Luckily, I was living with my parents, and the plan was for me to just take a little break from work or whatever, and then I'll get into finding a job that's in the art field. And my YouTube channel started taking off around that time, and I was making pretty decent money off of it. So I decided to just do that and incorporate my art into different videos. I created this series called The Art of Gaming and started incorporating like baking and DIYs, and just really trying to use my creativity into my content. And I think that's really a good thing to keep in the back of your mind. If you're going through college, you don't really know where you're gonna land as far as work. And so trying to stay creative with merging, your passion with your career is definitely a good thing to have on your shoulder. Just a thought for you to have for those of you who are in school or are graduating soon or are still just looking for something that is fulfilling in your life. Okay, this next one, I was 26. It was 2014. Mario was still at machinima, but my YouTube channel started taking off. Soon I began to go to gaming conventions with Mario. He would shoot for me sometimes, and he began to learn camera work. I also asked him to leave his job and we could work on the channel together. It took a lot of convincing, but I finally got him to leave. It was scary because YouTube can fluctuate sometimes, and having him leave a stable job for this new media was crazy to some. That year was the biggest year the channel had had. And the next year, we doubled our earnings from the previous. We just hit 2 million subscribers. I never thought it would have got to where it has gotten. We have been able to save money and are now in escrow with our first house. It's such a beautiful home, and I hope we get it. Working together has been great. We balance each other out so well. We spend our days pretty much 24/7 by each other's side, and I wouldn't want it any other way. I love it, and I love Mario so very much. We have also created 2 other YouTube channels since I last wrote, a fashion beauty channel, which is this one, and a toy unboxing channel. We then were able to contract our friends and family for some work. So everything has been going great. I will catch up later. And I signed it with my Cupquake signature. Oh, she has a signature now. She has a signature. She's famous. It's really cool to read back on this because this was just the beginning of my husband and I's business venture together, and it's been a wild one. I think I'll save the ups and downs of being a business owner for a completely separate video. Leave a like on the video if you want to hear more about that and where our YouTube career has led us. But I remember having so many talks with my husband when he was working at this other company that we could do it together, and it took him so much convincing. He was very scared to make that leap, and to be honest, I was kind of crazy too for just being we're just freshly married, let's just have you quit your job. Let's start our own business together. In hindsight, that could have gone really bad. But I remember at this time, we were making pretty good income from YouTube. And if something were to happen, we would have a cushion to get back on our feet and find, a regular job. I know a lot of people are kind of stuck in that mindset of having to work a 9-to-5, and it can be really hard. It could be a really hard hurdle to get over to, pursue something that you're super passionate about, especially when you have a lot of responsibilities. It can make that decision really hard. But luckily, we were really young. We didn't have any kids. We didn't have very much responsibilities as far as, I didn't have any debt for, school, or we didn't have any credit card debt. We were just really in a good financial spot. So we were able to take that leap. And if you're in a situation where you feel stuck or you're unhappy or you want to work on something else, you want to work on, a different passion of yours, you don't have to take a leap that's that big. We literally just jumped into a deep end and was like, I hope we can float. We'll find out. But you can also take baby steps. You can get some freelance work here on the side, or spend, an hour a day learning something new that you've always wanted to try. I think what's more important is the mindset, right? So once you shift your mind and you start making, a conscious effort to make those changes, to work towards that change and that life, it seems so much more tangible. And I'm saying this for those of you who have a project or something that you've been wanting to work on that you're just scared to start. Do it. I want to be that person to give you that extra little nudge to work towards fulfilling your wildest dreams. I think that's a really good place for us to stop. I feel like my 20s was all about figuring out who I am as a person and what passion I want to pursue. It was about taking those leaps, even though they're scary, and putting action into motion. And I just want to say that if this is something that you're going through in life, what I found that always works for me is I always turn back to my passion and my core of what truly makes me happy. And for me, that is art and music and just being creative. And sometimes you will get off track and you'll get busy with other things, but that's completely okay as long as you just always come back to your center, to you, and follow your passion. I believe in you, and I hope that this video lights a fire under you to really kill it this year. I am still learning, still growing, but any knowledge that I can give to you throughout this whole journey of creating content and following my passions and being true to myself, then I'm going to share it with you. So thank you all so much for watching and being just the super amazing community that we've built together. I love you all so much. And if you want to check out more videos, make sure to click on this one right here. I would appreciate it. Feel free to leave a comment down below on what projects you are working towards. I love reading your comments. I love you all, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.